endlessly searching for an original sin.
So I got a code to do a new game out on PlayStation 4.
Nice.
I had to email the devs because they're fucking retarded. So it said VR, it said it's supposed to be for VR and for non-VR. So they gave me a copy and I'm like, sweet, this looks interesting. VR only. What the fuck? VR optional. Okay, mother... Do you see what's happening on screen?
Yeah, I see that. That's not normal. I don't know what you did to break the end of all things. It's like the entire picture just turned sideways.
Did I unlock a special mode?
I've never seen anyone break a VN before. You're doing good.
What?
Oh dear.
The fuck did I do this?
Okay, well, my professional opinion would be to,
I fixed it. I kind of really hope it does that while we're in the middle of reading it.
Oh dear.
That would be amazing. So how's your day been?
I've been doing absolutely nothing but sleeping and playing games.
I've been trying to sleep. No one wants to let me sleep.
Oh, well, darn.
Yeah, but I'm fine. Fuck! Every time I put on the headset that happens. So I'm gonna give it a minute for more people to hop in.
Okay.
So hi to everybody in both chat rooms. We should probably link this in
The Discord?
Yes. That would be a good thing.
Discord, where you at? There you are.
Did you see what I put in Discord?
Which one?
Jaden Smith to direct the new seasons of Kemono Friends, One Punch Man, and certain magical index.
What?
I put a link to that.
Where was this? I need to read this. What is it?
Hold on, I'll relink it to you. I have to say the tweet where I found this was the most beautiful thing I had ever witnessed in my entire life. In other words, God, the weeaboos lost their shit.
I would too. Jeez Louise.
I will give this site credit, I honestly did not... I had to go look it up to see if this was satire or not.
He will be directing the second season of... Oh my goodness. The second season of One Punch Man. And the newly announced third season... What? This is a joke, right?
You have to read the entire
They're kidding.
thing.
Tweet from Kimono Friends director, Sid Followers. I was hard at work on season 2 when my producers burst into the room and told me they had found a new anime visionary in America named Jaden Smith, and I was fired immediately. What? I was upset at first, but after looking up Jaden's show, Neo Yukio, I understand their decision. I couldn't possibly live up to that.
Isn't it beautiful?
A few hours later, manga publisher... Oh yeah, this is a joke. Okay, I get it.
Oh yeah, this is a joke, but I will give them credit, they made it look real at first.
Oh, that's beautiful. This is a beautiful piece of literature.
I know, I'm so tempted to follow them on Twitter.
We should teach this in our schools.
I just... Wow. I laughed so hard when I saw that, and then just all the comments on the Twitter was, is this real? Because like MomBot and Anime News Network was retweeting this out.
Right, well, you said Jaden Smith, and as soon as I heard Jaden Smith, I went, what?
Exactly. I'm like, there's no way.
That Jaden Smith? Oh, am I not? Here, wait. Yeah, okay, wait. Good. I'm gonna refresh the stream.
So guys that are just joining us, this is that have never been in stream. This is Divine Toast, which is one of the co-hosts on the channel. He tends to usually just lurk in the chats, but every so often he comes out for visual novel work. Usually with the gay daddy
Yeah, that's how they should.
I'm trying to say the word. You know what the word is? Variety. There we go.
Usually of the homosexual father variety.
Yes, thank you. He's good with words.
Sometimes. Depends on the day. Oh man, I'm excited to finish this game.
I know, especially because you really been looking forward to Katawa Shoujo.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be a lot of fun.
Weren't they gonna make a second one and it ended up getting canceled?
I don't know.
We'll talk about it when we get there. So let's get started with this.
The next morning, John woke feeling the best he'd felt in a long time. He had to remind himself that most people would be in mourning over 2 murders than last night before.
Not really, unless they knew the people.
Well, assuming it was his friend. The school had the flag at half-mast, and class was cancelled, so they just have a special assembly about the incident.
Wait, what?
Schools
do that?
Yep. Schools can cancel when stuff like that happens.
We had a kid get hit by a train right next to the school, and they didn't give a shit.
we had students who died in a car crash at our school, and it didn't matter. They just had a little assembly about it, and then went back to class.
Yeah, ours did like a prayer at the flag, and that was it.
It meant basically nothing to him, and to most other of the students as well. And this guy was not very well liked.
I kind of feel bad for laughing.
Jeez, just die by brutally having your face murdered off, and this is what happens.
Murdered off, nice.
Murdered off. It seemed to have shaken everyone else to the core, but John still felt good. Maybe that meant something was wrong with him, but he didn't care.
Let the beta begin. Hold on, I gotta fix Twitch. Twitch is a little too big. Come on, damn it.
You mean the chat size?
Yeah. I don't know why it's automatically at 24. There, that's that's more fair. Also, Twitch is a little bigger. There we go.
Perfect. He felt like he and Lizzie were even closer than before. But when she arrived, there was a strange look on her face.
Because she was the only one apparently bothered by the murder. John, something is wrong. Someone wants to take you away from me. Oh, so it's a normal Tuesday.
Mm-hmm. Lizzie, are you feeling well?
The drugs are really kicking in. Please, we need to run away together, but we can't have another chance. Or we won't have another chance. Fuck words.
It seemed like she had become more unstable, and what she was saying must have been her paranoia, yet she seemed strangely intense about the whole thing.
She just saw a dead body! That is going to fucking already fucked up person up.
I don't know when it comes to Lizzie. If she's willing to kill, I mean... So far, her intuition's been spot on, so I'm not gonna argue too much with her about it. It seemed like she had become more unstable. Yeah, we already read this. Good.
Oh, and Durago said he'll send me the uncensored stuff. He actually has it. He was very excited to let me know that last night as I was going to bed.
Are we gonna do a patron stream for it then?
Yes. We'll actually get a guide so that we can make sure we get all the sex scenes.
Oh, perfect! That's exactly how I wanted to play it.
And it'll be completely in French.
Perfect. Well, the French people do love this game.
It's weird.
Just run away? How would that even work?
Please, it's probably not the first dead body she's seen. I've made plans. We could do it, I'm sure. I apparently have a shit ton of money. Don't ask questions.
As serious as she sounded, perhaps this was necessary for her to stay stable. But
Running away?
doing something that wild out of nowhere after everything that happened to them, could he? Would that just make her even worse?
John, stop being a beta cuck and come on. Oh, goddamn. Oh, I knew. You see the glitching as I was saving?
Yep, I didn't see
It's
the
ready.
glitch.
It's waiting for it.
Oh my goodness. Uh, uh, let's do it. Let's run away together. This sounds infinitely more interesting than staying around this boring school. Where would we go? Won't that just attract attention?
No, I'm prepared. We can say the murderer made us want to transfer, then go away and live safe from all of this. Okay, that's actually a really good plan.
Yeah.
That's kind of scary. That's just... Our character's
That-
retarded and she thinks things through. Why?
Well, the only reason that she likes John is because John's a nice guy, air quotes. So, reasonable. If you say so, then I trust you.
Oh, John, make your own decisions. Then we need to get away from here, far, far away. You do know transferring takes a little while.
The very day, Lizzie arranged everything, pulling him out of school and apparently faking the permission slips. She seemed in earnest, madly jealous, as if a woman would sweep in at any moment and take him away.
She can have you, John.
John went along with her in a daze, shocked by how fast it happened. Lizzie told them to say the murder had shaken him up too much. Wouldn't let him see anyone, even Mrs. Smith. Other students were also shell-shocked, so it didn't raise too much attention.
Well, yeah, it's gonna make sense. They saw a dead body.
Well, I mean...
I don't...
Dead people in this world, I don't know. People don't really seem to care about other people in this world at all.
Yeah, they do all seem like assholes.
I mean... But when they left town, in a car with supplies Lizzie had prepared, John almost felt like someone was following him. Was Lizzie's paranoia just rubbing off on him?
Yes.
Probably. He told himself it had to be that, because eventually the feeling vanished. They moved away, finished school, found new lives. For years afterward, John wondered about that moment. Had he made the right choice to support Lizzie, or had he just encouraged unnecessary paranoia?
It's too late for you to question it now.
Well, it just said that they went on to start new lives. But this is the good end, right?
So should we check the... Should we do the other ending just to see?
Sure, why not? I mean, it seems like we were pretty close to the end, much closer last night than we thought we were. Maybe it didn't matter at all. Yet, somehow he couldn't make himself believe that. Perhaps, in another life, things could have gone differently. Occasionally, he wondered why Lizzie still seemed so nervous about the entire thing. When he asked, she just told him that it didn't matter anymore. They were safe.
I already killed the person, John. I mean, I didn't do anything.
Hey, that's what John looks like.
He looks like generic anime number 52.
Generic beta anime number
This is
52. As the years passed, she began to calm down. She still had days where she needed him to hold her tight, just like he had days where he needed her support. Despite everything, they were a normal couple. After they were married, Lizzie softened again. His co-workers told him he was lucky to have such a beautiful, devoted wife, and he was. He just had to pretend that he was one with the enormous collection of knives. Haha.
She's still collecting knives? Wow. Alright, so we got one ending, guys. We're just gonna quit happiness. So we got the good ending.
Man,
There is
look at
another
that.
path.
Good ending, first try. Woohoo! Alright, let's do the next ending.
No, and broken. It crashed. Give me a minute, guys. It doesn't want us to have the bad ending. But no sex. You missed the sex. The tit job happened last night. Completely censored.
Well, they got married. I wonder if there's a sex scene with that.
We'll have it, and we'll be doing it for Patreon. Probably this weekend or next weekend. And it happened again.
That is interesting.
I don't know what's making it do that. Okay, so now we're gonna pick stay.
Well, I'm kind of surprised more than anything that Lizzie was actually a decent wife in the end.
Well, she was completely devoted to him. Yeah, I kind of expected her to snap.
Yeah, I expected something like, well, you just don't make me feel the things I feel anymore. That's why I have to hurt you, John. But
yeah, after a
guess
while,
not.
so used to him, she needs to move on type of thing, like in a horror movie.
Maybe. I'm sorry, Lizzie, but no. Things are safe now. No one is going to steal me away from you.
Okay. I'm just gonna let her steal you.
The encounter with Lizzie dampened his mood substantially, but he told himself that he was still correct. They had
The
gotten
only
through a
time he's ever
difficult
told
time in their
himself
lives,
that. Sorry.
and things were better now. He's never been correct this entire game. Give him his moment.
He's in the corner. I've had my moment.
After school, he got a call to go to Mrs. Smith's office. He considered just not going at all. He wanted to spend the evening with Lizzie, but the note seemed urgent.
Okay, get your ass over here right now.
When he arrived, he found Mrs. Smith with a rather grim expression on her face.
John, I hope you're doing all right after the incident. Almost an accent. I understand that the boy who died was a friend of yours. Ooh, was it the asshole?
Yeah. Yeah, the one that was... Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That felt like an eternity ago, but he realized that it was more or less true. He shook his head slowly. An old friend, but yeah, it's hard to believe. Oh, no! No!
Bye,
happened.
Mrs. Smith.
She noped right out of there.
John, I'm afraid I have to go back to my world. I've never seen it do... Oh my god! We might as well just keep going.
John, I'm afraid I have to go. I have to go be with my people now.
He needs to save.
My people need me.
Well, I thought we should have a conversation.
It's okay, Mrs. Smith. I just feel like I'm doing okay. There are other students who probably need help more than I do.
She's back. I'm afraid I must insist. Lie down.
He almost defied her then, but in the end decided to do as she asked. Therapy sessions always made him feel better. They couldn't hurt. No reason to draw attention to himself or Lizzie, after all. Alright, so what do you want to talk about? My feelings about the incident?
Bye! I don't know what's causing this, guys. No. No, there's no time for that today. I need to go back to my planet.
My people need me. Huh?
I don't know if this game must have just gotten a new update. I need you to relax immediately.
John began to settle back into the couch, letting her words become a meaningless hum. And for the first time, he realized how wrong that was. He lay there, apparently relaxed, and as he tried to think back to their past therapy session, the more he thought about them, the more he realized an ominous pattern. He could barely remember any details. They would chat for a while, and the rest of their session was just a white haze.
Ready? I need you to remain calm and come with me.
She spoke flatly, as if she expected to be obeyed without question. What was this? Some sort of hypnosis?
Well?
Realizing she might get upset, John slowly got to his feet. He wasn't sure how he was supposed to act, but he settled for straightforward obedience.
delayed response. Have you been taking your Paxatine today?
Oh, Koitek is trying to control people. Directly. Dang. Lizzie was right. He gave a half shrug and
Makes you
just
sound
stared back
so
at her.
happy.
Mrs. Smith frowned, then shook her head and gestured for him to follow. And then she went back to her people. The end.
I suppose it doesn't matter. All of this is normal. You want to follow me and await instructions.
John had no choice but to do so as she left the building. But inside, he was panicking. What was he supposed to do now? If he'd seen Lizzie, he could have begged her to follow with his eyes, but he didn't even see a hint of her, not even watching him from around the corner.
Damn it.
You think that female student was actually someone that Mrs. Smith was working with?
That's what
Someone
I'm
in Koitek?
thinking. Might have sent her after him.
They walked outside to the parking lot, where Mrs. Smith opened the passenger seat door of her car and gestured for him to get in. He stepped inside and tried to keep the tension off his face, instead just staring forward. They didn't drive very far, just to a warehouse a few blocks from the school. It looked half abandoned, but when their car approached the gates, and then one of the garage doors opened for her. Inside, there were multiple armed men in gray body armor. He didn't see any insignias on them, or any indication of who they worked for.
You knew who they worked for.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you take a seat, John?
He got out of the car to obey, only then spotting the blank white table and two chairs placed in the center of the warehouse floor. Sitting down, he tried to stare blankly at the table, even as he analyzed what it held. There were two metal briefcases, and, just to make things strange, a box of surgical gloves?
Do not want?
This is not the ending I was hoping for.
Remain calm, but focus on me, John. You are aware of your surroundings, but willing to accept what I say.
Huh? Not the most elegant of lies, but it seemed to work. Mrs. Smith barely even glanced at him, instead pulling a pair of surgical gloves.
Give me a second. We brought you here for your own protection, John. I'm afraid that your girlfriend is not who you believe she is.
Lizzie? What's the problem? Is she okay?
I'm afraid not even close. Years ago, Koitek was an innovation company on the very forefront of biochemical research, but I'm afraid some of the company's founders were less than ethical. Oh, this is getting silly.
What does any of this have to do with us?
Haven't you seen bad anime? Shut up, I'm getting there. Testing standards are rather lax. Hold on, what the hell are you... Oh, okay. Testing standards were rather lax. In particular, there was a certain test of a mood drug that should probably never have been certified. Bye. Dozens of why do I keep vanishing? Dozens of lawsuits were settled for families that suffered in the test. That is right and good. That is right and good, okay? Koitek acknowledged the mistakes of the past. Unfortunately, some of those mistakes were more enduring. 4 pregnant women participated in the test without disclosing their pregnancies. They were, of course, removed as soon as their conditions were realized, but it was too late for the embryos. One became a complete non-viable and was stillborn. There's conflicting evidence around the second, but it appears the boy may have committed suicide at a young age. But we are concerned with the last 2. One of them was the murderer who police put down last night, and the last was Lizzie Doss. Oh, they killed her.
You're saying Lizzie has some kind of condition? You don't say, John.
Color me fucking surprised. Early investigations suggest both girls turned out normal, so the matter was closed, but recent events make it seem likely that both of them were deeply disturbed. You don't say. I'll be blunt, the girl is not remotely stable. She is a danger to herself and others.
Did they really think that would work? That he would just nod and accept that story with guards all around them, armed like paramilitary forces? And then again, perhaps she was counting on her therapy to have the controlling effect. Either way, all he could do was keep up his act. There was no doubt truth in what she was saying, and he needed to learn more. And then, what do you want to do with me? Or what do you want me to do? Why can't all your guards take care of it?
John, we don't want to hurt the girl, not at all. We want to help her. We would prefer she come in quietly.
The implicit threat hung in the air. John swallowed and nodded. Then what am I supposed to do?
Give me 1 second. Here we go. The girl trusts you. If you can administer a sedative to her, then we hope we can medicate her without any unnecessary struggle.
Mrs. Smith opened the first metal case, showing him a number of syringes filled with disturbingly bright liquid. They looked like chemicals that would melt metal, not ones that should go into anyone's body.
Oh, they do both. If you're receptive to our plan, we will provide you with a variety of options. We have extra strength sedatives here, for example. However, based on the incidents yesterday, I personally believe we need more extreme options. I would advise you to use this one. Let's see. Here we go.
Her fingers brushed the last syringe in the briefcase, filled with a bright red liquid. Well, if it's red, it's probably poison.
This is a modifier version of the chemical that Lizzie was exposed to in utero.
Wouldn't that be really dangerous?
If anyone's hearing a dog barking a lot, I'm really sorry. The right path? Her body can barely handle the level of exposure she's already received. An additional dose would lock her down entirely. So basically kill her.
And you expect me to convince her to be injected with something like this?
It does not need to be injected intravenously. Autopsy of the other girl indicates the chemical has a substantial effect on muscle tissue. So an injection into any muscle would be effective.
Autopsy? Was this more of a conspiracy than he imagined? But there was no time to reel from that now. John simply nodded as if this was a vaguely reasonable. Well, I want her to get the help she needs. Are you sure this won't hurt her?
Let me be honest with you, John. There will likely be some pain for her as her body rejects the chemical, but it may be the only way to ensure that she harms no one and cooperates with treatment.
I see.
This is highly illegal, John. Just want you to know.
He sat forward and held his head in his hands as if he needed to think, which he desperately did need to do. Would they really just give him the syringes and let him go? He doubted that. At the very least, they'd be keeping him under heavy surveillance. Talking directly to Lizzie would be impossible. In fact, he had to wonder if everything Mrs. Smith was saying wasn't just a backup plan. It might be no accident that Lizzie was missing. Maybe they were looking for her?
Hold on.
But ultimately, he didn't have enough information. And he didn't see any way of getting to the point he needed to reach with so many security forces present. Smith, HQ hasn't responded.
Damn it. We'll just proceed with the plan then.
No, it's not that. We seem to have lost our connection.
Uh-oh. Well, then this case is completely under my authority. John, we're counting on you to end this without anyone else getting hurt.
I hope I can do that.
You can, I'm sure of it.
Then, should I... At that point, a radio crackled. One of the soldiers raised the walkie-talkie and tapped the button. What was that? Perimeter?
Ooh.
Attack! Repeat! Under attack!
Aw, damn it, I was about to do it.
Darn.
Shit, directly? Alright, switch to plan C. Get moving. What the fuck is going on?
Oh, they angered Lizzie. Darn. The soldiers rushed to obey, and John rose with them. Surely it had to be Lizzie attacking them. But what did that mean?
She's attacking them?
He only got one step before two soldiers grabbed his arms and forced him back into the chair. He struggled, but they were adults and far stronger than he was.
I'm sorry, John, but it looks like you'll have to serve as bait.
This is illegal.
I think pretty sure everything they've been doing is illegal.
As she spoke, she opened the second metal case. This one held syringes filled with clear liquid, one of which she lifted and examined. What? Mrs. Smith, what are you doing?
Obviously, John, I'm using your ass as bait. This is gonna hurt, I'm afraid. But if she snapped, this is all you're good for now.
Wow!
I was kinda hoping she'd go back to her planet for a minute. That would've been perfect.
He tried to struggle even harder, but the soldiers had gotten him strapped to the chair. Bound in place, he was helpless to do anything but twitch as Mrs. Smith approached with the needle.
Gee, John, helpless? How rare. It's just never happened.
Never happened once in this game. Before he could do anything to stop her, she injected it straight into the vein on his arm. The
Ow.
pain was instant.
There she goes.
His world went white and his ears rang so loudly he could barely see or hear
Okay.
anyone. Almost
No.
like the game was right now.
No, this has to be programmed in on purpose.
Mrs. Smith was desperately giving orders and the soldiers were moving about, but he couldn't understand any of it.
Hi, honey.
Wait, what? Did you
Oh.
see that?
Hi. You wanna come say hi to everyone? She's trying to take the mouse. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. I've got no clue what's going on.
Button.
This...
Come on, do it again. Aw, there we go.
There it is. Perfect.
Oh, honey.
He had never felt anything so painful before. His thrashing partially tore one of his straps binding him. Then he slumped down with agony still washing through him. Through the pain, he dimly saw Lizzie arrive and slaughter the remaining soldiers. She seemed heavily injured, but didn't stop her erratic, deadly movements. Lizzie had Mrs. Smith pinned now. She was saying something, but he couldn't hear her over the rushing in his ears. It felt like his heart was going to burst with every beat.
It'd be really great if we could see this.
Distantly, he realized that Lizzie was threatening Mrs. Smith, then torturing her. Whatever was said, it didn't matter. He fell away into the blazing white pain.
Hold on, what are you doing, silly Billy? What do you want? Yeah, I need the mouse. Can I have the mousey back? Oh, no. You can't jump. Oh. Dog's trying to give herself it's trying to paralyze herself. Here we go.
Darn. He faded back into reality with cold hands inside of his face. Piercing through the agony all around him, somehow he managed to open his eyes despite the pain. Lizzie's lips moved, but he couldn't hear anything. He realized that she was crying, didn't understand why. All he wanted was for the pain to stop. She leaned forward to kiss him. The kiss was sharp and cold. He kissed back for a long time before he realized that her axe had entered his chest.
Why are you smiling, bitch?
She's putting him out of his misery. It felt cool, almost pleasant. The burning white hot all around him began to fade to darkness. The last thing he saw before it all fell away was Lizzie. He tried to say goodbye, but it was too late.
Oops.
Rip?
Wait. No, that wouldn't be how an axe would work. That's not how axes work.
Hope glimmers stronger in another path. Restart the game for a better result.
So we got our 2 endings. We'll come back to this eventually. So you get to talk to the chat while I set up stuff for Katawa Shoujo.
Oh, great. Hello, chat. How is everyone today? Having good days, everyone. Getting a nice thing of Coke, some ice cream sandwiches, maybe some potato wedges, some fries.
Oh, Katawa Shoujo isn't one of the ones banned on Twitch, is it?
I don't think so. Why would it be?
Because Twitch is fucking gay?
Twitch banned game list.
Yeah, please check that.
I don't think it is. I don't see any reason why it would be. Like, it's not an adult game, is it?
Yeah, I don't think there's any actual sex scenes in it.
I think it's just a dating sim. Porno Studio Tycoon.
I actually had that game and I almost streamed that on there.
Didn't know that existed, to be honest.
It's not very good.
Sakura Angel, Sakura Beach 1 and 2, Sakura Dungeon, Sakura... all the Sakura games. Jeez. Yeah, it's not on here.
Oh,
but
good.
A lot of the other stuff on here is hilarious.
I saw one of Akabar's games is on there.
Yeah, which trainer?
But you can do Princess Trainer, apparently.
Apparently. Yandere Simulator's on here, too. Not sure why that one's on here.
Apparently, from what I've heard, something with the dev and Twitch itself.
Oh, so Twitch is just retarded and is doing stuff like normal. Gotcha.
Yep, basically.
Cobra Club, what is that? Genital jousting. What is that?
Oh, I've actually streamed genital jousting on there. You basically play a giant dick that's fighting another dick.
What? All right.
I got it from the devs.
No, I wasn't asking why you were doing that. I was just like, that's not allowed on Twitch.
Yes. Because it's a penis.
Oh, darn. I don't understand why they can't just put on an 18 up feature that would allow these kind of games. That's okay. Sakura.
Take my hand, we'll make it somehow.